An Islamabad district and sessions court did not announce its reserved verdict on Wednesday in the Iddat case against former Premier Imran Khan and his spouse, Bushra Bibi. District and sessions judge 𝐒𝐭𝐲𝐬𝐿, who had reserved the verdict last week, sought the case's transfer instead of delivering the judgment. The case pertains to allegations of their marriage during Bushra Bibi's Iddat period. PTI leaders condemned the judge's decision to seek case transfer, calling it an injustice and a violation of fundamental rights.
तो आज मेरा ख्याल है कि अंदर खाने बहुत प्रेशर उनके ऊपर डाल दिया गया था। सो जजमेंट आज सुनाने की बजाय उन्होंने जो दूसरी पार्टी थी उनके पहले वकील को कहा कि आप अपना केस दोबारा बयान करें, और फिर मानिका साहब को कहा जी कि आप, उन्होंने इंटरवेंशन मांगी तो उनको फौरी तौर के ऊपर ग्रांट की गई। और उसके बाद जब गलीज़ गुफ्तगू के बाद जब एक नए सिरे से जज साहब में लैक ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस का इजहार किया गया तो उन्होंने फौरी तौर के ऊपर एक लेटर लिख दिया कि जी ये केस जो है वो किसी और जज के पास भिजवाया जाए।
In another legal development, the Islamabad High Court was informed that missing poet Ahmed Fahad Shah is in the custody of 𝐶𝐴 police in Azad Kashmir. The Human Rights Commission of Pakistan had called for Shah's immediate release after his alleged abduction on May 15. Attorney General Mansoor Usman Awan confirmed Shah's custody and presented a police report to the court. Justice 𝐃𝐚𝐰𝐬 directed the petitioner's counsel to consult Shah's family and update the court by Friday. The petition will then be disposed of. Moving to weather news, Karachi experienced its hottest day of the year so far, with temperatures soaring to 41.5 degrees Celsius on Wednesday. This comes only 10 days after temperatures exceeded 40 C for the first time this summer. According to the Pakistan Meteorological Department, the temperature peaked at 41.5 C, a departure of 5.7 degrees from the city's normal temperature for May. The highest temperature ever recorded in Karachi was 48 C on May 9, 1938. In economic news, the Finance Ministry's monthly economic update indicates that inflation in Pakistan is expected to decrease to between 13.5 and 14.5% in May and further to 12.5 to 13.5% by June. This marks a significant drop from the high of 38% in May 2023. During a period of IMF bailout program reforms, inflation has been slowing over the past few months, with the consumer price index for April reaching 17.3%, the lowest in nearly 2 years. The report attributes this decrease to last year's elevated inflation levels, improvements in domestic supply chains, and reduced transportation costs. The economy is expected to gain momentum in the coming months due to favorable external and domestic economic conditions. Polling stations opened at 7 a.m. local time and will close at 9 p.m. as South Africans vote in national and provincial elections. These elections could challenge the African National Congress's 30-year rule. 70 parties are vying for votes, and for the first time since the end of apartheid, a coalition government looks like a possibility. Partial results are expected within hours of the polls closing, and the Election Commission will announce the final results on Sunday. After the vote, the new National Assembly will choose the next president from among its members. Israeli air raids and artillery shelling have killed at least 15 Palestinians since this morning, according to reports from the ground. Verified footage shows smoke rising from a residential unit in Rafah, and other videos depict Palestinians injured from quadcopter attacks in Rafah's Tal as-Sultan area. The continuing attacks have pushed more Palestinians in western Rafah to flee towards Khan Yunis. Israeli army radio quoted War Cabinet Minister Gadi Eisenkot as saying that it will take 3 to 5 years for significant stabilization in the Gaza Strip, with many more years needed to form a new government. Eisenkot emphasized the complexity of the situation, warning against the illusion of a quick resolution. The United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees, UNRWA, reports that more families are fleeing Rafah due to intensified Israeli military operations. This week saw 2 mass killings of Palestinians in Rafah, with at least 61 civilians killed. UNRWA stated that families are not safe regardless of where they shelter. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, speaking in Moldova, addressed concerns over the use of American-supplied weapons by Israel in Gaza. Blinken stressed the need for a thorough and swift investigation, noting that even targeted attacks can have unintended, horrific consequences. This follows a State Department report suggesting that U.S. weapons may have been used in violation of international humanitarian law in Gaza. Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, on his first official visit to Athens, discussed the war in Gaza with Greek President Katerina Sakellaropoulou. Qatar's ambassador to Greece highlighted the visit's importance in strengthening ties and emphasized Qatar's efforts to secure a ceasefire and increase humanitarian aid to Gaza. Qatar has been a key mediator in ceasefire talks between Israel and Hamas. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez met with his Palestinian counterpart and officials from several Middle Eastern countries in Madrid. This follows the formal recognition of a Palestinian state by Spain, Ireland, and Norway. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan criticized Western leaders for the silence on the Gaza war, accusing him of complicity in what he described as Israel's barbarism. Iran's Tasnim news agency reports that Tehran has provided Yemen's Houthis with Ghada, a type of sea-launched medium-range ballistic missile.